Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a nice, long, all levels back bending and hip opening class. So there's a little bit more instruction in this class, but we also get into some trickier pose options such as scorpion in Pincha Mayurasana and lots of fun arm balances. But it is definitely cued so that anyone can do this class. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe, and if you have any class requests or any feedback, let me know. My Instagram is in the show notes below, or let me know in the comments. We're going to get started today in a kneeling position in the center of the mat. Starting in a kneeling position, you can be on the tops of your feet, or for a stretch, the bottom of your feet, you're going to tuck the toes under. Make sure you get the pinky toes and come to sit on the heels. Wherever you are, close down through the eyes, sit up nice and long through the spine. And feel the shoulders fall away from the ears. Palms can be down on the thighs as a gesture of grounding, or you can turn the palms up towards the sky if you feel like you need to receive something. And be open. Wherever you are, take a nice deep breath in through the nose, draw the shoulders up by the ears, and then as you exhale through the mouth, let it all go. Start to breathe in and out through the nose and just take a moment to arrive on your mat. Letting go of what's already happened today and what is yet to happen. Tuning into the beautiful bird sounds of San Pancho, Mexico. And the random dude yelling in the background. As you inhale, bring the hands down on the thighs. Open the heart up towards the sky. Gentle back bend. And then as you exhale, if your toes were tucked, come to the flats of the feet as you tap the forehead to the mat. Inhale, gentle back bend to the sky. And then as you exhale, make your way onto all fours. Inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale, push the floor away for cat. Inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale for cat. Take two more here. This time as you inhale, keep the right leg bent as you send the foot up towards the sky, coming into your cow belly. And then as you exhale, round out, knee to nose, scoop the belly into your cat. Inhale, come into your cow. The right foot reaches as if it could touch the back of the head. And then exhale, round it out. Take three more. Keep that left hip hugging underneath you so it's directly above the knee. Set the right knee down, switch it out. Inhale, send the left foot up towards the sky, reach the sternum forward. And then as you exhale, round it out. Inhale, left foot to the sky. Exhale, round it out. Take two more. Set it down. One more time. Inhale, reach that right leg up to the sky. Keep the spine in neutral. Stay here or take the left hand to the heart. Maybe reach the left hand around for the inside edge of the right ankle. And if you grab a hold, gentle kick towards the back of the room. Think of the back bend coming from the upper spine as if someone's got their hand in between your shoulder blades, and keep an engagement through the lower belly to stop yourself just dumping into the lumbar spine. As you inhale, you're going to reach the left arm forward, the right leg back. Take one more exhale here. On your next inhale, you're going to keep the leg and arm long, tap fingers and toes to the floor. Exhale, lift it up to spinal balance. Inhale to tap. Exhale to lift. Take 3 more. And then set it back down to neutral. Keep the spine in neutral as you send that left leg up towards the sky, the knee is bent. Stay here or take right hand to heart. Maybe right hand reaches around for the inside of the left leg. If you grab a hold of the leg, kick towards the back of the room as you open the sternum towards the front of the room. Keep the right hip hugging underneath you. On your inhale, slowly release long. Take an exhale in your spinal balance. Toes point to the floor. Inhale, tap fingers and toes. Exhale, raise to spinal balance. Take 4 more. Inhale, set it down. Tuck under the toes as you exhale, send the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out the feet. And then as you inhale, ripple the spine forward into your plank pose, strong legs. Exhale, think of someone drawing you back from the hip creases, taking you into downward dog. Inhale, roll through the spine, plank pose. Exhale, roll it back. Take 3 more here on your own. Inhale into your plank, and then you're going to drop the knees to hover. Walk the feet in a little bit so that the knees come underneath the hips, bear pose. And then send the hips back towards the heels. So you're coming into like a little hovering crouch. From here, you're going to bend through the elbows, start to send the sternum forward, landing in your chaturanga. Your feet might have to slide back. As you inhale, press up into your plank pose. As you exhale, walk the feet in, come into your bear. Send the hips back towards the heels, hovering crouch. Snake the chest forward, let the feet slide back, coming into your chaturanga. Knees can always drop. Inhale into your plank pose. Walk the feet in one more time, come into your bear. Send the hips back towards the heels. Let the feet slide as you snake the chest forward into your chaturanga. Inhale into your plank pose. Exhale, come all the way down onto your belly, and we'll take 3 rolling cobras. Tops of the feet flat to the floor. Inhale, press the pubic bone down as you reach the sternum forward. Draw the elbows back. Exhale, roll it down. Take 3 more just like that. Sorry, 4 more just like that. Strong legs. And then on your final one, you're going to hold. You can either stay here, drawing the heels of the hands back towards the hips, or keeping the shoulders out of the ears. You're going to start to float the hands. Keep pressing the pubic bone down to lengthen through the lower back. Engage the glutes. Stay here, or maybe reach those hands out in front of you, palms facing down. Gaze is directly down at the floor, back of the neck is long. Take 3 more breaths. It's coming into the rainy season here, and there are bugs everywhere. And then you're going to take the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck under the toes. Knees can be up or down. As you inhale, you're going to press to plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the elbows, come into dolphin pose. And then from here, just like we did before, you're going to start to snake the chest forward, peel the elbows off, come into chaturanga. Inhale into your plank pose. As you exhale, you're going to shift the hips back, dropping the elbows as you go, dolphin pose. And then start to move the chest forward as you peel the elbows up, hug them to the sides, chaturanga. Inhale into your plank. One more time. Exhale, take it back, drop the elbows as you go to dolphin. And then as you inhale, strong through the belly, don't let the lower back drop, chaturanga. And then coming into your plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, and you're going to start to walk the feet all the way up to the outsides of your hands. Turn the feet out slightly, and we're going to drop down into a Malasana. You can take a block underneath your hips. It's probably not going to be your deepest Malasana. We're still very early on. And I want you to see if you can take your hands in front of you and keep your knees still pointing in the same direction as your toes. Sit the spine up nice and tall. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, you're going to forward fold. Heel toe the toes together. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow and just let the body ragdoll for a moment. Maybe shaking the head yes and no. Getting rid of anything else that might be on your mind that's not going to serve you for the next hour or so. And we'll come straight into our Surya Namaskar A. Slowly start to bend the knees, roll the length of the spine, stacking each segment. Head and neck will come last. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands for the first one. Step back to plank, lower chaturanga. Flip the toes. Inhale can be upward dog or cobra. Knees are lifting for upward dog. Sternum shines through the gateway of the arms. And then as you exhale, roll over the tops of the feet, getting a nice stretch through the front, and then come into your downward dog. Look to the top of the mat, step, walk, or float the feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. We'll pick up the pace, but stay with the pace that suits you. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float. If you're jumping, land with bent elbows. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Knowing you can skip the whole vinyasa and just come to down dog. Step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to raise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, float, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. 2 more rounds. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Look to the top, step, walk, float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to raise, last round. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, float. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk, float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, hands to heart. Surya B. Inhale, sink the hips, bend the knees, chair pose. Make sure you can see your toes. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step, walk or float, or go straight to down dog. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right leg forward, either drop the back heel for warrior one or stay on the back toes for crescent. Inhale, raise up. We'll hold this first one for a couple of breaths, setting in our alignment. Whether you're in crescent or warrior one, you're thinking of drawing the right hip back, the left rib cage forward, and lengthening from the tailbone up through the crown of the head. Energy back through the back heel. One more breath. And then as you exhale, plant the hands. Option for a single leg plank, single leg chaturanga. Join the feet. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step the left leg forward. You're either coming up for crescent or for warrior one. It depends on your back knee. Draw the left hip back, spiral the right rib cage forward, and make sure you can see your front big toe. That front knee isn't collapsing in towards the midline. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, plant the hands. Option, single leg chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, or you can always go straight back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. We'll hold for 5 breaths and then we'll pick up the pace. Lengthen through the lower back. Make sure you can see your toes. Weight is through the heels, and if your feet are apart, then your knees are apart, pointing directly over the second and third toes. If reaching the arms up doesn't work for you, you're going to reach them directly in front of you. Sweep the arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. 4 times through to the breath. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend or plank. Exhale, down dog. Right foot steps, warrior one or crescent. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend or plank. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg steps. Inhale, warrior one or crescent. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Or feel free to go back to downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk, float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, raise. Exhale, dog. Right leg steps. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Left leg steps. Inhale to raise. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it to your vinyasa. We meet in dog. Right leg steps. Inhale, raise. Exhale, vinyasa. I know you can make every round look a little bit different. It doesn't have to be the same every time. Left leg steps. Inhale, raise. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk, float. Land soft. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Last round. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. We meet in dog. Right leg steps. Inhale. Exhale, vinyasa. Left leg steps. Inhale, raise. Exhale, vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk, float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Take the feet out. Turn them out at a 45-degree angle. They're about mat distance apart. Inhale, raise the hands up. Exhale, sink down into a Malasana squat. Inhale, raise. Make sure the knees don't collapse in as you raise. Exhale to squat. Take 4 more here. This time as you raise, engage through the left leg. Bring the sole of the right foot up to the inner left thigh, coming into tree pose. Right knee is working towards the back of the room. And then you're inhaling, drawing the chest up tall. Left leg presses into right foot and the hands can come up and overhead to the heart, wherever works for you. From here, we're going to step that left leg towards the back of the mat. Center yourself on the mat, your heel to arch alignment. Come into your warrior 2. Peek down, make sure you can see your front big toe and you're active through your back leg. Shoulders directly over the hips, hands at shoulder height, shoulders away from the ears. Flip your front palm in, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale, come back to warrior 2. 4 more just like that. Inhale. Scoop the sky, don't dump into the lower back. Keep long through the side body. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior. Inhale, reverse. Strong left leg. Exhale, warrior. Last one. Inhale, reverse. And then this time as you exhale, side angle pose. Forearm can come to thigh, hand can come to the inside or the outside. Your hand can always be on a block. Most important thing here, lengthen through the tail. Make sure that the left knee is facing directly forward and you're spiraling the right side of the rib cage open towards the sky. Big press through the front leg. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then straighten out through the front leg. Hop that back foot in a little bit. Hinge forward at the left hip. Coming long and forward. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Weight is down through the front big toe and second toe. And make sure you're not locking out that front knee. Gentle micro bend, engaging the quads. See if you can imagine leaning up against the wall to open up the chest. And then look forward, top hand to top hip, start to bend through the left knee, take the left hand out and forward and hop that right foot in, coming into half moon pose. Make sure that that front foot is still facing directly forward. Open up the chest to the right, just like you did in to the right, just like you did in triangle pose, sending the right arm up to the sky. Right foot is karate chopping the sky. Slowly start to bend through that left foot, through the left knee, sorry. Set the right foot down to the back of the mat and then pivot to face the middle of the mat. We're coming into goddess pose. So we're going to take pulses. As you inhale, you're going to straighten the legs, sweep the arms to the sky. Feet are pointing to the corners of the mat. Exhale, hands through center, knees face directly in the same direction as the toes. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, goddess. Take 2 more. And then we're going to bend deeply into the right leg. We're coming into Skandasana towards the back of the mat. So make sure that the knee is in the same direction as the foot. The toes can be lifted and the knee can come over the toes. If the heel is down, then the knee is directly above the ankle. The left toes can spin towards the sky or they can stay flat. Hands can be on the ground or they can be at heart center. From here, you're going to pivot all the way towards the back of the mat. Turn the right toes out on an angle. Keep the foot flat. And we're going to come into our lizard lunge. You can stay with the hands planted. The back knee can be up or down. And maybe you work the forearms down towards the mat. For this first round, we're just keeping the right foot flat. But you can feel free to rock backwards and forwards, finding where is good in your lizard pose. Always knowing that you can have a block underneath the hands. And from here, you're going to plant down through the hands. You're going to take that right leg all the way up and back. Open up the hip, coming into your 3-legged dog. As you exhale, you're going to shift it forward, tap right knee, right elbow. Inhale, take it up and back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. 3 more. Inhale, take it up and back. Exhale, set right foot down to meet left. Drop the elbows coming into your dolphin plank and walk the feet forward. You can stay here, otherwise on your inhale, we're going to shift forward, tap the nose between the thumbs. Exhale, dolphin pose. 4 more just like that. Make sure the elbows stay under the shoulders. And then from your dolphin pose, you're going to walk the feet towards the back of the mat, coming into a forearm plank. Ground down through the right forearm, and we're going to step the left foot behind the right, coming into a modified side plank. You can be on the right big toe, or the right toe can just, the left toe, sorry, can just kind of hover. And then as you exhale, bring that left forearm down to meet the right. Sink the hips down towards the mat. And then exhale, pull them back up into your forearm plank. Inhale with control. Don't just let the belly flop down. You're just going to lower the hips to tap. Exhale, draw it up. Take 3 more. You should really feel the belly engaging here. This is the work that you need to do back bends safely. One more. And this time you're going to lower the hips all the way down to the floor, coming into your Sphinx pose. Think of the elbows drawing towards the back of the room as the sternum draws forward, and lengthen again through the lower back, pressing the pubic bone down. Back of the neck is long, shoulders out of the ears. And from here, you're going to lower the chest down towards the floor. Interlace the hands behind you. Inhale, press the pubic bone down. Peel the chest and shoulders away from the floor. Keep pressing the feet down. Maybe the fists can come away from the lower back as long as the shoulders don't come into the ears. And maybe you start to float the feet off, reaching the feet and the head in the opposite direction, going for length as opposed to height. One more inhale here. Exhale, plant the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, plank or tabletop. And then as you exhale, you're just going to hop the knees towards the middle of the mat. Knees underneath hips. Take the hands out in front of you or cross them across your chest. As you inhale, you're going to hinge back at the knees. Torso is in one straight line. Exhale, use the strength of the quads to bring you back up. 4 more just like that. Sometimes it helps to have one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart to make sure you keep that nice long line in the torso. And then from here, you're going to come back into your tabletop plank pose with or without a vinyasa. You're going to make your way to downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat. Step walk or float the feet to the outsides of the hands. We're going to come back into those Malasana squats. This time, option to raise onto the toes at the top. So as you inhale, come all the way up, maybe raise onto the toes. Drop the heels as you exhale, come down into your Malasana. 4 more just like that. If you're raising onto the toes, make sure you keep even weight between the big toe and little toe side of your foot. This time as you raise up, send weight into the right foot, center the right foot if you need to, and draw the sole of the left foot up into the inner right thigh. Press thigh into foot, foot into thigh. Make sure the right hip isn't dropping out, and then take the hands to wherever you want to take them. From here, you're going to step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Coming into your warrior two, heel toe the right foot to the center of the mat, your heel to arch alignment. And check in with your alignment points, making sure you can see the big toe. So we don't go through the alignment points just so we can make the pose look pretty. It's so that we can practice tomorrow and the day after without hurting ourselves. Keeping long through the spine, flip the front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. 4 more just like that. Make sure that right knee doesn't collapse in. Reverse your warrior as you inhale, and then as you exhale, coming into your version of side angle, knowing you can always use a block, and as always checking in with that alignment of the knee, and then lengthening through the spine, opening up through the left side of the rib cage. Weight down through the right heel, press up, inhale, reverse your warrior, and then straighten through the front leg, hinge forward at the right hip, exhale, come into your triangle pose. Gentle bend in through that right knee. If your hand is on the shin, make sure that your hand isn't shoving the shin back towards the back of the room, pressing your knee into hyperextension. You should be able to float your hand and maintain the integrity of the pose. Look forward, bend through the right knee, top hand to top hip, and step it up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose, making sure that right foot is still facing forward. Open up the body to the left side of the room as if you're leaning against the wall. From here, you're going to bend through the right knee, keep the knee facing forward, step the left leg to the back of the mat, pivot to face the long end of the mat, coming in to your goddess pose. This time we're going to keep the goddess, we're just going to raise the right heel, exhale, set it down. Inhale left, exhale, set it down. Keep going like that, 2 more times on each side. Arms can be wherever you want. Inhale, straighten up through the legs. And then as you exhale, take a deep bend into the left leg, coming into your Skandasana. Same alignment points as before. Pivot to face the front end of your mat, come onto the back toes, send that left foot to the left and out on a 45-degree angle, and then come into your lizard, maybe lowering down, maybe using blocks, maybe adding some movement back and forward. Come back up onto the hands, float that left leg back, open up the hip in your 3-legged dog, left shoulder draws down, and then as you exhale, shift forward, tap left knee, left elbow. 4 more just like that. And then send it back into your downward facing dog. Drop the elbows coming forward into your dolphin pose. Option to stay here. Otherwise, if Pincha Mayurasana is in your practice, you can come up to Pincha. Otherwise, you're just going to take a single leg dolphin, floating the right leg up. If you're taking Pincha, feel free to kick up. We're going to hold for 5 breaths. Press the floor away. Engage the glutes. Think of drawing the ribs and the hips towards each other. If you're in Pincha, you're slowly going to come back down to Dolphin. If you raised your leg, step it down. Everybody make your way back to a forearm plank. Ground down through the left forearm and drip those right toes behind the left knee, sweeping the right arm up towards the sky. Maybe up and overhead, maybe those right toes are floating. And circle that right forearm down, coming back into your forearm plank. And then as you exhale, you're going to lower the hips all the way down to the floor, coming into Sphinx Pose. You can feel free to stay here, or if it's available and supported in your spine, maybe you walk the hands forward a little bit, start to straighten out the elbows, coming into Seal Pose. Think of the same action of drawing the hands back towards the hips, the sternum towards the front of the room, and the tailbone lengthens. Slowly lower yourself all the way down. Interlace the fingers the non-dominant way behind the back, and this time you're going to bend the feet so that bend the knees so the feet point up towards the sky, hips distance apart. As you inhale, press down through the thighs, lift the shoulders and the chest away from the mat. Maybe the hands float. Stay here for one more breath. And then as you exhale, maybe you can start to engage the glutes and hamstrings. Maybe the thighs float. Try not to splay the legs out to the side. Imagine you're hugging a block. One more breath here. And then plant those hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, tabletop or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then you're going to float the knees towards the center of the mat, coming to stand on the shins. This time, hands are going to slip into back pockets. Think of lengthening the glutes out of the lower back. Keep that rib to hip connection as you draw the shoulders and elbows together. Start to open the chest up to the sky, coming into a baby Ustrasana. You can always come back into the variation that we did before. There is a hummingbird in the bush across from me, and it is very cute. Inhale yourself back through center. Plant the hands down, take it to downward dog or take it through a vinyasa. Look towards the top of the mat, step walk or float the feet to the outsides of the hands. You can stay with our Malasana squats. You could stay in Malasana, or we can take a crow pose, bringing the soles of the feet together, the knees hug to the backs of the arms, shift the weight forward into your Chaturanga arms, and then start to pick up the toes. Having a pillow underneath your face is always a nice idea if you're just starting out here. Think of hugging the elbows in towards each other, and if you're really confident at crow pose, maybe you start to straighten the arms out a little bit. So you can do this a couple of ways. I've got the insides of my knees to the backs of my arms. Some people practice more with the actual kneecap into the backs of the arms. It really depends on your preference. I personally find that very uncomfortable, but you know, you do you. One more breath here. And then if you came into your crow pose, you're going to set the feet back down, coming into Malasana. We're going to ground down through the left foot, coming all the way up to stand. This time you're going to cross the right ankle over the bottom of the left thigh. Start to sink the hips back as if you're sitting into a chair. Hug the left hip in. Hands can stay to heart. They can come to floor or blocks, or you can bring the elbows to wrap over the shins. We're preparing for Flying Pigeon, which we'll do a little bit later. Slowly start to straighten through the left leg. You're going to step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Center through the left foot, coming into your warrior two. As you inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, you're going to sweep the left hand to the back of the room as you sweep the right arm forward, coming into a side angle variation. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, side angle variation. Stay strong through the left leg. We'll take 3 more. And this time we're going to come down into our side angle. You can stay in side angle, or we're going to take the right hand, wrap it around the back. Maybe it stays on the inner left thigh, or maybe you take the left arm, reach it underneath the left leg, reaching behind the back. Maybe you can grab the fingers. Wherever you are, see if you can open the right side of the chest up towards the sky. Breathe through the burn. Release, inhale, reverse warrior. And then as you exhale, straighten out that front leg. We're going to come into a power triangle. So reach the left arm forward, lengthen through the left side of the body. Maybe stay here, or reach that right arm towards the front of the room. Stay engaged through the core and gentle bend in through the right leg. As you inhale, you're going to keep the left leg straight, reverse your triangle. And then as you exhale, bend the left leg, keep the foot pointing forward, take the hand forward and out, coming into Ardha Chandrasana again. Feeling free to stay here, or bend through the right leg, reach back for the right ankle with the right hand, and come into Chapasana. Think of the back bend happening behind you as opposed to reaching that knee up towards the sky. Think of reaching the foot towards the back of the room, and as if I've got my forearm in between your shoulder blades, pressing the sternum towards the front of the room, towards the front body. Slowly release the foot if you had it. And we're going to step all the way into our goddess pose. This time we're going to stay on both toes as we inhale. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, raise the toes. Raise the heels, sorry. Exhale, drop the heels. Take 3 more, raising up onto toes, keeping an even distribution of weight. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Exhale, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Maybe this time you go a little bit deeper. Maybe a bind is in your practice and you can wrap the right arm around the front of the right shin and wrap the left arm behind the back, reaching for the bind. If this doesn't feel good in your body, you just stay with Skandasana. And then we're going to rotate all the way to the new front of the mat. This time we're going to drop the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up for Anjaneyasana. You can stay here or bend through that left leg, reaching back for the foot with the hands, coming into a deep quad stretch. Opening up through the chest. Maybe it's available in your body to reach up and overhead and grab the foot. If you've got a hold of the foot, slowly release. Inhale, sweep those arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, plant the hands. Step that right leg back, open up the hip. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you rotate the left heel down and drip the right toes behind you, coming in to your wild thing. You can be on the blade edge of the left foot with the knee straight, or you can come more to the sole of the foot and the toes of the right foot. From here, look down towards the mat. You're going to reverse the process. Take the right hand down. Tap right knee, right elbow. Right knee, right wrist. Exhale, elbow. Inhale, wrist. 4 more. And then send it up and back, 3-legged dog. Drop the elbows coming into your dolphin. Maybe you stay with your single leg dolphin, taking the left leg up or whatever leg you didn't take before. Or maybe you come into another round of Pincha Mayurasana. You can always also come into a headstand here if you want to, or a handstand. If you're in Pincha, the forearms stay as parallel as you can. Elbows underneath shoulders. 1 more breath. And everybody's going to float it back to dolphin and then bring it in to your forearm plank. We'll take forearm saws. So as you inhale, you're going to rock forward onto the tippy toes. Exhale, press the heels towards the back of the room. Take 4 more just like that. Strong through the center. And come back to center. Ground down through the right forearm. Come into your side plank. You can stay drooping the left toes behind you, or maybe you bend the left knee, bringing the heel to the glute. Reach the left hand back for the left ankle and find that bow shape. Once again, bringing the bow behind you. Trying to stack the left hip on top of the right. Slowly release, come back to forearm plank. With control, lower the hips down towards the floor, coming into Sphinx Pose. As always, feel free to stay here or come into seal, or you can bend the knees and think of reaching the head back towards the feet towards the head. Maybe if it's available in your body, you can actually rest the head on the soles of the feet. And just make sure that you're not overcompensating through the lower back. Keep lengthening the tail away from the rib cage. And then slowly lower down onto the mat. Feel free to stay with any variation that we've done up until now. Otherwise, you're going to bend both knees, hips distance apart. Hands come to the backs of the ankles, sorry, to the outsides of the ankles, just to touch. Take an inhale, peel the chest and shoulders off. And then as you exhale, once again, think of engaging the glutes and the hamstrings to lift the thighs. So my hands are just there as a resting point. If you take your hands away, you should be able to keep the same amount of depth in the back bend. The hands might just assist with a little bit of a quad stretch. Back of the neck is long. Take 2 more breaths in Dhanurasana. And then release everything. Take hands underneath the shoulders, hug the elbows in. Inhale, tabletop or plank. Exhale, downward dog. Hop the shins to the center of the mat. Again, feel free to stay with any variation we've done up until now. Otherwise, we're going to take full Ustrasana, flaps of the feet to the floor, or you can tuck the toes under. Start by bringing hands into jeans pockets, elbows together. Inhale, open up through the chest. And then as you exhale, if you're coming further, take the hands to the backs of the thighs. Maybe the hands come to the heels. Keep the hips working over the knees. The shoulders are opening. And the back bend is in the upper back. If it's comfortable for you, you can slowly, with control, release the head back, but don't let it flop. And to come out, take the hands back to the lower back, tuck the chin and chest, slowly raise all the way up. Plant the hands, make your way back to downward dog or take it through a vinyasa. Look towards the top of the mat, step, walk or float the feet to the outsides of the hands. Malasana. Once again, feel free to stay. Feel free to come into your crow pose. Or maybe this time you come from crow pose, slowly start to tilt forward. The crown of the head will come to the floor. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you can tuck the knees in towards the chest, engage through the glutes and the lower back to extend the legs up towards the sky, coming into a tripod headstand. Maybe bringing the soles of the feet together, sending the knees wide, coming into Baddha Konasana legs. Shoulders away from the ears. I'm now watching the hummingbird upside down. I shouldn't be so excited about hummingbirds, but they're so cute. If you came into your headstand, you're going to lower the knees back to the backs of the arms. Come up in through your crow pose. Set the feet down. Ground down through the left foot as you come to standing. Cross the right ankle over the bottom of the left thigh. And then start to sink the hips back, hugging that left hip into midline. Hands can come to heart, blocks, floor, or hook the elbows over the shins. I've done this wrong. I've led you astray. We're meant to be on the right leg. Sorry, everybody. If you already picked up on that, well done. Otherwise, you're just going to switch it over and bring it to the right leg. We'll take a couple of extra breaths. From here, you're going to straighten up through the right leg. Step the left leg to the back of the mat, coming into our warrior 2. As you inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, sweep right arm back, left arm forward, side angle variation. Make sure the knee doesn't collapse. Take 4 more just like that. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Stay or wrap that left arm behind the back. stay, or take the right arm underneath the right leg, reaching for the hands behind the back, opening the chest, lengthening from crown to tail. Slow, steady breaths. Slowly unwind yourself. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, straighten out through the front leg. Hinge forward at the front hip. Keep reaching that right arm to the front of the room. Unlock the front knee and maybe reach that left arm towards the front of the room for your power triangle. Keep opening the left side up to the sky. Look down, take a bend in through the right knee, take that right hand forward and out, coming into Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe bending the left knee, reaching back for the ankle, coming into your Chapasana. Kick out behind you. Inhale, release into your Chapasana. And then we're going to come all the way into our goddess pose. So step the left foot out. This time, raise up onto the toes. Stay on the toes as you inhale, straighten out through the legs. Exhale, sink into your goddess. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, sink down. Take 3 more. Inhale, straighten, and then as you exhale, come into your Skandasana. Maybe this time you take the left arm, wrap it around the front of the left shin, and take the right arm, wrap it around the back, maybe reaching for the bind. And maybe one side is a lot different to the other. And slowly release, rotate to the top of the mat, drop the back knee. Inhale, come into your Anjaneyasana. Stay here or start to bend through the back knee, reaching for the foot with the hands. You're on the base of the quad, not on the kneecap. Maybe you can reach up and overhead and reach for the foot. Wherever you are, think of lengthening the tailbone down and reaching the upper spine up. Slowly release the foot, plant the hands, come back to downward dog, open up the hip, stay, or spin the right heel down towards the floor, come onto the left tippy toes, coming up into your wild thing. Strong engagement through the glutes to lift the hips. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, take that left hand down, tap left knee, left elbow. Inhale it to the wrist. Exhale to elbow. Take 4 more. And then send it back to your downward dog. Drop the elbows coming into your dolphin. Stay here. Feel free to take a headstand, or maybe you come into scorpion, coming into your Pincha Mayurasana. And then thinking of reaching the sternum forward, bending through the knees, big toes come to touch, lengthen through the lower back. And then think of reaching, looking forward towards the front of the room, bending through the knees, lengthening through the lower back, pressing the floor away with the forearms, really engaging through the shoulder blades. If you came into your scorpion, straighten out the legs into pincher. Slowly, everybody come back down through dolphin. And then take it back into your forearm plank. Woo! And ground down through the left forearm. Spin it over into your side plank stay. Or bend through the right knee. Grab the right ankle with the right hand, coming into your bow shape. Right hip stacks on top of left. Slowly release, forearms come down, lower the hips down towards the floor. Stay with any variation we've already done, or maybe this time straighten out through the arms, bending through the knees. Once again, as if you could get the back of the head to rest in the soles of the feet. And then slowly lowering all the way down. You can take Dhanurasana straight up again, or we're going to take a rolling Dhanurasana. So reach for the ankles. This time you're going to get a good hold on the ankles, but still not using that to overcompensate through the lower back. Take an inhale. As you exhale, ground down through the thighs. First, lift the chest and shoulders. Then think of kicking the feet towards the back of the room, maybe getting a little bit more lift. Stay here, or take a roll over towards the right side, coming to rest on the meaty part of your shoulder, so you're not on the vulnerable front part of your shoulder. And then bring it back through center, and then you're going to roll it over towards the other side. Again, not resting on that front part of the shoulder, but more on the side of the shoulder. And roll it back through center. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, release. Hands underneath shoulders, tuck under the toes. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Float the shins towards the center of the mat. Roll it up. As always, feel free to stay with any variation we've already taken, or we're going to work into Kapatasana. Hands start by coming to the lower back and lengthening. Inhale, open the chest. Stop anywhere along the way. Start to walk the hands to the backs of the thighs, hips over knees. Hands come to the calves. Maybe hands come to the heels. Then maybe, just like we did in that camel matrix thing right at the start, you're going to hinge back at the knees. See if you can get the forearms to come down to the ground. And then maybe you can release the head back. Keep active through the glutes, open through the shoulders. From here, we're going to reverse the process, so start to straighten out through the elbows. Use the strength of the quads to draw you back up, hip to rib connection. And then everybody release onto the heels for just a second, give the spine a little bit of a wiggle. And then with or without a vinyasa, we'll make our way into a downward facing dog. So we're just going to do one quick little culmination of all our progressions. So look towards the top of the mat, step, walk or float to Malasana. Stay here, or maybe take a crow pose. Maybe you can start to draw the weight into the left leg and send the right knee to the chest. Maybe right knee reaches towards the back of the room, coming in to a single-legged crow. And then coming back into your Malasana, send the weight into the left leg as you come to stand. Cross the right ankle over the base of the left leg. Start to sit down into the left leg. You can stay here like we did before, or we're going to come into flying pigeon. So hook the left toes around the back of the left arm, bend the right knee, the arms act as a shelf for the right shin, start to shift the weight forward, look forward, left heel draws towards glute, and maybe left leg can extend back out behind you. Keep drawing those elbows in towards each other. Ekapata Galavasana. Slowly draw that left knee back in. Step the left foot forward, ground down. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And step that right leg to the back of the room. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Stay here or take your bind. Stay here or bird of paradise. Hop that right foot up to meet the left. Ground down through the right foot, hug the hip in, start to come up onto the left toes, and then using the strength of the left leg to lift as opposed to dragging it with the arms, come to stand. You can stay here or you can start to extend that left leg. I swear there is no quiet vehicle in this town. Everybody drives golf carts and four-wheelers and utes. One more breath. And then slowly you're going to bring it all the way down. Step the left foot down. Take the right leg to the back. Release your bind. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, triangle pose. Take the left hand forward, bring it up. Ardha Chandrasana. Stay here or bend the right leg, Chapasana. Stay here or start to float the left hand, square the torso towards the floor, start to come all the way up to standing facing the top of your mat, and then dancer's pose, drawing that right leg back behind you, just like we did in Dhanurasana, using the glute and the hamstring as opposed to just yanking it up there with the hand. Slowly releasing the right foot. Everybody step it nice and wide, coming into your goddess pose. Take an inhale in your goddess. Exhale here. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Skandasana to the front of the mat. Skandasana to the back of the mat. This time we're going to turn those right toes out on an angle, roll to the outside edge of the right foot and the left foot as you sweep the right arm back. Inhale, lift the hips to the sky. Exhale, bring it down. Take 4 more just like that. Inhale, bring it back to center, both feet face forward. And then as you exhale, step it up and back into your 3-legged dog. Open the hip or drop back into your wild thing. Maybe this time you can keep rotating, pivot on the left hand as the right hand comes down into your wheel pose. Keep both knees facing in the same direction as the toes. And then you're going to turn that left hand back to face the side of the mat, rotate so the right hand comes off, and then we're going to step the right hand down. Listen closely. You're going to take right leg to the back of the right arm, shift it forward, Kundinyasana. The back leg lifts. If you need to use that left elbow underneath the rib cage as a bit of a kickstand, that can be helpful. And then step it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath. And your choice, stay there or take it through vinyasa. Look towards the top of the mat, step, walk or float. Malasana. Stay or play with your crow pose, or we come into single leg crow on the second side, this time hugging the right knee into the arm, drawing the left knee to the chest, and maybe shooting the left leg back. Maybe you can only hold it for a second and you need to come in and out, that's fine. And then bringing the feet down, grounding down through the right leg, coming all the way up to standing. Cross that left ankle over the base of the right leg. Sit the hips back, coming in to your standing pigeon, Ekapata Galavasana, or taking the shin to the back of the arms, hooking those left toes around the back of the right arm, hop the right foot back, use the arms as a shelf, send the chest forward, draw the right knee in towards the bum, and then start to send that right leg back behind you. Ekapata Galavasana. Slowly draw that right knee in. Hop the right foot back up to the top of the mat. Come all the way to standing. And step the left leg back, coming into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Feel free to stay here, or left hand comes behind the back. Right arm comes underneath the right leg. Grab your bind and stay, or hop that left foot up to meet the right. Come onto the right toes. You should be able to do this without the use of the arms. So draw the right knee in towards the shoulder. Press down through the left leg, come up to standing. Stay here, or maybe start to extend through that right leg. Standing up nice and tall through the spine. If you came up, we're slowly going to reverse the process, bringing the sole of the right foot down, hopping that left leg back. Split the arms, release your bind. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, cut forward, triangle pose. Take the right hand forward and out, Chapasana, Ardha Chandrasana. Stay or bend the left knee, reaching for the ankle, Chapasana. Stay or start to rotate yourself so that you come all the way up to standing, facing the front of your mat. Hips are square, knees draw together, stay. Or reach the right hand up, think of kicking through the left glute and left hamstring to reach the leg back behind you. Opening up through the front of the chest. Natrajasana. And then if you came there, you're slowly going to release the left foot, step it long on the mat. Take one inhale, straighten up the legs. Exhale, come down into your goddess. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, Skandasana to the top. Skandasana to the back. Inhale, come all the way forward. Rotate the left toes out. Drop to the outside edge of both feet as you sweep the left arm towards the back of the mat. Take a nice big inhale to raise the hips. Exhale, sink in. Take 4 more just like that. Inhale, rotate it all the way back to the top of the mat. Step that left leg back and up, maybe dropping into your wild thing. Stay here or start to pivot that right hand to the outside, the left side of your, the right side of your mat. As you rotate around, bringing the left hand to the floor. And then you're going to straighten out the right hand so that both hands point towards the shoulders. Lengthen through the lower back, engage through the glutes, wheel pose. And then you're going to rotate the right fingers so that they face the left wrist. Start to rotate back around so that the left hand comes to the mat. Both fingers face towards the front of the mat. Take the left leg back. And then as you exhale, shift forward, tap left knee to left upper arm, or bend through the elbows, hook that leg to the backs of the arms, and come to fly in Ekapata Galavasana. And then step the left leg back to meet the right. Press up through the hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here, or your choice, take it through one final vinyasa. Inhale, float the right leg up, and then as you exhale, you're going to step it up in between the hands. Lower the back knee, make sure you're on the bottom of the quad. You can stay here if this is enough of a stretch for you, reaching the chest forward, or plant down through the left hand, bend the left knee, reach back for the inside edge of that foot with the right hand. Draw the foot in towards the glute as you open up the shoulders to the side of the room. Release the left foot. You're going to step the right foot back to meet the left, and then step the left foot forward, drop the right knee. Stay here, reaching the chest forward, or making sure you're on the bottom of the quad. Bend through the right knee, reach the left hand back for the inside edge of the foot, and then open up the chest towards the left. Slowly release. From here, you're just going to step the left knee back to meet the right, cross over at the ankles, and then make your way onto your seat. Extend the legs out in front of you. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, and then as you exhale, fold forward, Paschimottanasana. You can stay lengthening through the spine, hinging from the hips. Or what's sometimes nice after deep back bends is think of hollowing out the front of the body, using the feet or the calves as an anchor point to really round out, as if you're trying to round yourself over a barbed wire fence. Slowly roll yourself all the way up, and then you're going to make your way onto your back. We're going to take a gentle bridge pose just to stretch out the fronts of the legs. You can take a supported bridge, taking a block underneath you, or maybe even just resting your fists underneath your hips. Wherever you are, you're going to make sure that your knees are directly in line with your feet. It doesn't matter if your feet point out a little bit, it's going to depend on the shape of your hips, as long as your knees and your hips are going in the same direction, and you've got a gentle rib to hip connection. Slowly release it down. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Draw the knees in towards you. You can stay here with reclined pigeon, reaching for the right shin or the back of the right hamstring. Or you can take the arms off to capital T, nudge the hips a little bit to the right, and then let the legs fall over towards the left, coming into a spinal twist. If you came into your twist, draw yourself back through center, and everybody switch out the cross of your legs. If you came into your twist, you're now coming into a twist on the other side, drawing the left shoulder down towards the mat. Drawing yourself back in through center, reaching for the backs of the legs, calves, or outer feet, coming into happy baby pose. Letting the lower back be wide on the mat, maybe rocking from side to side. And if you have any final movements that you feel like your body needs to make your practice feel complete, any stretches or any other movements, please feel free to do them now. If you're ready to come to Shavasana, you're going to hug the knees in towards the chest, roll the nose up towards the knees, give yourself a nice big squeeze. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And then on your open mouth exhale, let everything go, coming into your final resting position, whatever that may look like for you. And I encourage you to stay here for at least a minute if you can. You just spent the last hour and 25 minutes dedicating this time to yourself. You can probably spend another minute to let the body rest, recuperate, incorporate. And please feel free to stay here for as long as you have time for today. Today, as you go forward, may you be honest in your thoughts, truthful in your words, and kind in your heart. Namaste.